it felt super fast again.
All right. We'll let you do that while I try to find out what
All
you're
right.
talking about.
Oh, so I get to do the intro today. Woo!
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
this is a first. Usually you do
Right.
it. Welcome.
Don't fuck it up.
Thursday Warriors. How about that?
There you go.
Welcome to the Toddcast. Let's see. We'll do the business as usual stuff first. We got the Steranko signing August 4th at the Cranberry Store. We have the warehouse sale going on. What was it? The weekend of the 10th, 11th, and 12th of August. Is that right?
Maybe. I think that's. I don't
think
know. I think it's the week after that. I think it's the 17th, 18th ish.
Okay, then I'm a week off then. Then we have.
But it was the Hellfire Gala, by the way.
Okay.
Regular X-Men.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we also had the. You and I will be at NeoCon.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Sunday. So come and visit us. So I believe that is everything. Unless I am missing something.
The Geek Flea Market in Cranberry is the 5th of September, I believe. That's a little far out, but that's something that is coming up. So yeah. But
I did good otherwise.
yeah.
Okay, there we go.
So
because it is a good thing that I actually looked through our newsletter through my email today. Just happened to look through it.
Yeah, that would be Scott doing his job. So good job, Scott. So all right. I think I'm ready. Yeah, I'm good. So sorry guys. I was in the mode, as they say, and
in the mode,
in the mode, and I was totally like jamming out and reporting a new piece today, and it's been pretty good, actually. Turned out pretty good. Also, my hair is like fucking amazing today, let me tell you what.
Yeah, your Facebook
my cigar picture.
Yes, your cigar picture showed much more.
Hold on, I'll find it. Hold on. It's glorious. Oh, geez. Hold on, I gotta make a laugh at this one. A buddy of mine just commented with love to see you with that that thick stogie in your mouth. So
careful now.
yeah.
That'll get you in some trouble.
That was me grilling a steak this evening before dinner, and
nice.
It was a good time. I got a couple fun comments on it. So
it seems like it.
Yeah, including my wife saying, shouldn't you call it on fleek? Which was hilarious because when we were watching this show called Seven Little Johnsons, right, on HBO. It's like a show on, I think it's like Discovery or something, and it happens to be on there, and she was talking about, or like the kids kept saying like things are on fleek, and I'm just like, is that even still a thing? Like, I remember that being like 3 to 5 years ago. I'm like, is that still something people say is on fleek? I was like, whatever. So I was like, I'm gonna bring it back. So, or I'm gonna be not so old and keep using on fleek. So, and I forgot to use it. Damn it. So,
all right.
But hold on.
I was doing some exercising, so I had to move.
Yeah.
Plus, I had to help Harry today move in, get ready for his moving to Philly
Nice.
So,
Nice. I bet he's pumped.
oh, he's excited, but he's stressed out at the same time. So, normal kids when they first get out of, moving on
Yep.
type deal.
I know how it
So,
is. All right. So this is a big comic week. Like
I was gonna say
I had a lot.
there was a lot that even I was grabbing. I'm like, oh, the new Wolverine came out, Hellfire Gala came out, Incredible Hulk. It was just everything. Like last week, we were struggling to find books to talk about.
Yeah.
And this week, we have more to talk
And
about.
Also this week, I'm gonna do at least two honorable mentions besides my three books. My three
Okay.
books that I'm gonna review, none of them are Marvel or DC,
Oh
but
wow.
they're all really, really good. So but one of my honorable mentions is a Marvel book. So
Okay.
I don't think I got a single DC book this week, but
Wow, I was gonna say that's a shame because I know for a fact,
right.
that
Go ahead, finish on.
there was some good DC ones. So
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's just wasn't my thing this week generally. So I was at last weekend, I was at the Butler Toy Show. It was awesome. Everybody should go to that. And it was a lot of fun. Tony and I had a lot of fun. And after that, I went to my Star Trek group's meeting and got promoted to second lieutenant. Well, while I was there, I also ended up buying buying comics off someone for my personal, because I was like, well, I don't need to always buy stuff at the store. I can buy stuff for myself. So here's what I got for myself. One of these. One of these.
nice.
Um,
That is one of my favorite
and one of
stories.
these.
Ooh,
Yeah. So
that has rekindled since the
yeah,
pictures from last week. So
I always liked that cover, so that's why I bought it. But it was cool. It's a lot of fun, helpful. I helped out a buddy. He needed to get rid of some stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'll buy some of your shit.
so are we gonna
So-
talk Secret Invasion first? Because I feel like it's gonna be short.
Sure, we could do that.
I was gonna say since we did it last week, I was figuring it might work out better this week, like this way.
Sure.
So,
Because we're gonna be talking about comics for a long time. So,
yeah.
but I do want to say before we talk about Secret Invasion that if people have not seen it was like we get two Star Trek Deep Space Nine episodes this week, and the first one was amazing because it was the one we were all waiting for. It was the one where Lower Decks merged with the Strange New Worlds. So it was awesome that like it starts off as a Lower Decks episode and merges into a Strange New Worlds episode. So they go and like check out this portal, and they're like fucking around like they normally do on Lower Decks, and because it's like a bunch of ensigns, right? And Bormer like falls into the portal, and when it pops him out the other side, he's in real life with the Strange New World guys, like era guys, and he's from way in the future, so he's like loving the fact that he gets to like talk to all these dudes. And like the whole episode is hilarious because he's trying not to fuck up the future.
Mhm.
And then Mariner comes in, like she ends up coming on as real life, and they're like loving Uhura, and like it's like this whole like don't meet your heroes type episode where they're like, why is Spock smiling? And they're like, Uhura used to know how to like have fun and stuff. Why is she working all the time? But like the way it was done was super good. And my favorite thing about it is they actually give a lot of love and credence to Enterprise, which never ever ever gets love. and
Yeah.
I was super pumped about that. So, so if you guys want a good time, check that out. There's another new episode with Klingons on it. That came out today. I have not watched that yet. I'm gonna watch that in a little bit. So,
All right. Well, there you go. Or Star Trek guru here. So, but let's talk Secret Invasion.
sure.
I tell you what, I don't know if you heard the worst review in Rotten Tomatoes of all Disney Plus shows.
For what?
Like Secret Invasion, apparently.
Really?
Yes.
I
20
can see
points,
that.
20 points lower than the lowest show prior.
What was the lowest show prior? Was it Winter Soldier?
No, it wasn't. I think it was Miss
Hold
Marvel.
on.
It was
Oh,
either Miss
really?
Marvel or She-Hulk. It was one of the two. Not that I like both of them, but that was my.
I did too.
But yeah, it got the worst Rotten Tomato score. So I was like, okay. I was like, I don't think it was that bad. But again, people are forgetting that this was filmed during COVID. So,
Okay.
Again, there were people going, it
Yeah.
seemed really light on characters and everything. And I'm like,
All right. So I just pulled this up. Now I don't know if this is the audience or the critics, but Miss Marvel actually has the highest at 89%.
okay. I think that was the critics. Because
Okay.
a lot,
Okay.
Miss Marvel was not beloved as far as audience goes.
Okay. So there's some random other shit in this list, but I'm gonna read off the audience score Miss Marvel or audience score Rotten Tomatoes list according to this Rotten Tomatoes website. Miss Marvel is number 1, Loki is 2, Hawkeye is 3, WandaVision 4, Moon Knight 5, Falcon Winter Soldier 6, She-Hulk 7, Secret Invasion 8. Let's see if there's anything else. Nope, that's it.
So it was
So
lower than She-Hulk.
yeah, like on the audience score, the She-Hulk had a 77, Secret Invasion at a 56. I'll be honest, I wasn't super pumped about it. Like
I think they could have done better. This seemed like a rushed project to put something out. I don't think it was thought through. Again, it's my take on it. Give it to what it's worth, guys. This is opinion. This is somebody who's read stories. I mean, I'm a history nut. I loved mythology. I loved the little details of even like mythology, Greek mythology, stuff like that. This seemed to be missing a lot of details. And I don't know why. Because there is the book. Even if you didn't go by the book completely, you could have wrote something going, okay, there's this going on, this going on, this going on. It just seemed to be very, I don't know how to put it. It feels like they made it too simple and too cardboard cutter. Like anybody could have wrote this story and it could have been about anything. But the fact you put Secret Invasion in and it had, other than Super Skrulls and the Skrulls being, out now, it didn't mirror anything along that line.
I kind of agree. Like it did, like while it had Skrulls in it and Skrulls were secretly invading, which was kind of the point, I don't think it was as impactful because it wasn't like a who do you trust oh crazy, like all kinds of shit went crazy, people weren't people for a long time thing. Except for the cool Easter egg of the agent that was like the one in the Black Panther, like having him, like apparently he was a Skrull. Like,
Yeah.
he woke up, I was like, whoa. So that was kind of cool. Um,
Well, and also I did like the fact that we got Rhodey,
hmm,
who they again, I'm going by the one YouTube channel that I refer to, um, the Screen Crush guys. They surmised that this was Rhodey just after Civil War.
no, no, this was definitely way later. Well, where does this take place in the timeline? This
Oh,
is
this is after the blip. So
Oh,
this
then
is
yeah. Then that's right, because real Rhodey couldn't walk.
mhm.
Right.
And
So
when he got out of the pod, it looked like he was trying to
yeah,
go
and he still
forward,
couldn't walk. Yeah,
and he still couldn't
yeah.
walk.
So, but Skrull Rhodey could walk. So
Yes.
that's why I'm like, okay, well that can't be after Civil War, like, because then Skrull Rhodey would be able to walk
Yeah.
versus real Rhodey not being able to walk.
Yeah.
I don't think that it was that far back as infiltrated. Um,
Well, we technically
but
don't know.
yeah, they didn't do a good job of telling us that either. Um, so I don't know. I enjoyed it. I just thought the ending to this was a little like this episode was very quick, and it was kind of like, hey, let's just wrap this shit up. That's how I felt
Yeah.
about it. Like it did not it didn't really do it for me. It didn't stick the landing the way I wanted it to.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool to see the Super Skrull fight. That was
Yes.
awesome.
That was the
Like,
highlight of the whole series, pretty much.
yes,
Was holy cow, did they look badass? And I give them credit for the CGI did not look like shit. It looked
right,
good. This is where all the money went into the series, was in the fight right there. I think was pretty much it.
right,
But I didn't like the way it ended. Like the whole they're doing like the whole. This is where it kind of gets iffy. Is like, okay, now you're just gonna make it like um kill all non-humans that aren't from this planet now. And that feels like that should have been like an X-Men thing where you start seeing people being nasty about it. But I get where they were going with it, I guess. It makes me wonder what happens when Miss Marvel comes out in the public now. Are they going to try to kill her? Like as far as like if they're doing more stuff with her, which I'm assuming they are, depending on how well the Marvels movie does. So
right. And then like they had like I think it's cool that they have Sonya Fallsworth, like that character who is played by Olivia Colman.
mhm,
I like that they basically are like either going to start an MI6 or
mhm,
a like it's almost like they could do a Excalibur start, like
mhm.
building the British um
British
stuff. Yeah, the British like Avengers
team.
basically.
Mhm.
I think that was actually pretty cool that they did that.
Yeah, she was the
Um,
highlight of the definitely like the characters that I paid attention to was her the most.
right.
She added highlights in every scene that she was in, solo wise.
I was really, really hoping that Talos would actually have ended up being the president. Like they faked the whole thing. Like I
Mhm.
thought that would have been cool, but they didn't. Um, Other than that, like this was also weird to not have a single cutscene in the
Yeah,
credits.
yeah.
Like that
And
just
there was
felt real weird.
so much time You could have put
Yeah.
cutscenes in. I'm like, wow. I'm like, because I zipped through and then I doubled it just in case I missed it, like fast forwarding through, and I'm like, nothing. And
Yeah.
it's like 20 minutes of nothing at the
Yeah.
end. And I'm like, that's like a third of your programming right there that you wasted.
Right.
So
But
I
yeah,
don't
it
know.
was a thing for sure. So all right. So let's talk about comics because we need to, and I forgot my charger and I don't want my battery to die on my laptop as we do this. So we're gonna again do I loaded them. We're just gonna see how they go in
The
order.
randomness.
The random, because this is so much fun for me. So ready?
All right, let's go.
You're first.
Again. All right, Batman Beyond Neo Gothic #1. We're getting back into I love the Batman Beyond series. I'm a big fan. This one starts after the last Neo Gotham books ended. This basically picks up right where it leaves off. It starts with, you see the first couple pages, you see a children paying this cat person, and it's literally a cat person, money, and he takes him to this garden in the middle of Gotham, and you see the children playing and eating fruit and having a good old time, and then you see the plants just grab the kids and the cat person runs away. And this is where it starts the book. Then the next couple pages is Terry fighting bad guys as he's talking to Detective Bunma, I guess is her name, if that's pronounced correctly. She was introduced in the last book. She's basically she's not a detective anymore. Apparently, she got kicked off the force for siding with Batman. And Terry's, doing his Batman thing, kicking butt, trying to make the streets of Gotham safe. Years scene in about, I want to say about the middle of the book, he's talking to his mom, and apparently his little brother's graduating high school. So and they are in Metropolis now. They're staying away from Gotham. So, but she's doing that. There's a scene with the like political stuff going on in Gotham of what they're going to do with old Gotham, new Neo Gotham, the whole 9 yards. And the detective hears about the children missing. So Terry goes down to what they call Gotham Deep, which is basically original Gotham. And he finds the cat guide. Well, the cat guide finds him, trying to get him to buy his fresh fruit for creds. And Terry's like, well, I'd rather have information. How much you? And the cat person was getting suspicious. He didn't want to talk to Terry anymore. Then Terry got dressed up in his Batman outfit, and then said, look, I'm going to want to find these kids. What's going on? And cat guide is like, look, there's stuff going on. I don't want to be a part of it. I'm just the middleman. But he's like, look, I'll pay you whatever creds the farther you take me down. We find out this cat guide, his name is Kyle. Terry actually gives him his name. So, which is kind of weird, definitely completely different from the way Bruce handled stuff as Batman. So they go deeper into this deep area. They come to the sewers. Um, and they fight off another gang. And then the end of the book, you see Terry being grabbed by what looks like Killer Croc. So that's the end of the issue one. It's very, this was really good. I'm going to give this like a solid scrambled eggs with give me some salsa on top. This was a nice spicy.
Ooh,
This was a spicy episode. This
salsa.
salsa, yeah, gives it a little bit of
Spicy.
flavor. Yeah. Give it give me some hash browns with it and 2 pieces of well-made bacon.
Mm,
So
tasty.
that it was a solid book. I have not read a bad Batman Beyond book, to be honest.
Ever?
Maybe the early ones that were based on the cartoon
Okay.
were
Okay, fair.
were cheesy, but they were meant to be cheesy because they were part of the cartoon. But the last few years they've taken and they've made Terry a very interesting character. So anybody who's a big fan of Batman Beyond, highly recommend this and start,
Cool.
sign up and get it.
All right. Let's see what's in the pistol. Let's roll the chambers. It's like Russian roulette. Ah, sweet. Hunt, kill, repeat. So it's been a while since I've had a hunt, kill, repeat book. So this one, it actually starts out really kind of cool. So the beginning starts out with a flashback of Hermes and Medusa's wedding, where you find out that Artemis was like best friends with Medusa, and Zeus was totally cool about everything. And then on the wedding night, oh, this is pre-Medusa being a monster, by the way. Then on the wedding night, Hermes is there, and then like apparently he gets swapped out from somebody else, and while they're consummating the marriage, and Zeus is pissed off at Medusa versus pissed off at the dude. So we don't know who the dude is, but Medusa gets like trapped, and Artemis is like, I gotta go find her because she can help me out, and finds out she turned into a giant monster and turns dudes into stone. Which is all awesome. She looks super killer as a monster. And she takes her back to see Hermes to try to get her to help her out, right? And once she sees him, she's like, just kill me. Just kill me. So Artemis kills her, I think, taking some of her power with her. And then Zeus's grandson decides he's gonna kind of hunt for whoever killed or he's gonna hunt Artemis, basically. It was a very fast issue, but it was very great. The art is phenomenal in this book. Probably one of the best Mad Cave books ever to exist, ever. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and you should check it out. If you like gods and goddesses, or if you like just really good art and really good writing, and it's kind of got like it's a revenge book, but it's not like Punisher style because there's no guns. It's all like ancient weapons. It's kind of like Clash of the Titans, but like way better. I guess in a comic form.
Not as annoying.
Yeah. There's no Archimedes in this one, so
or
at least
bad claymation animation.
Right. Actually, the claymation I didn't mind. It was like Archimedes was a little, or Archie. They called him Archie, right? Archie the owl.
Yeah.
He was a little bit dumb, but he was cool. But he was
yeah.
annoying. So, all right, let's spin. What is that called when you spin the barrel? Spin the whatever. Like the chambers, spin the chambers.
Yes. It's a
Boom,
chamber of the
Incredible
God.
Hulk, all you,
Okay,
buddy.
there you go. All right. All right. We're Incredible Hulk
By the
number
way,
2.
if you didn't see it, Mike Diodato posted just a random frame for this book on his Instagram, and he used like a 76 Kiss song on it called Flaming Youth. And I laughed so hard. I was like, this is the best use of this or of a Kiss song in like 20 years. And he liked my comment, so it was good.
Well, I got Hulk number 2 here. Let's pick it up where it leaves off from number 1. The opening scene, you see this like dead, decrepit town with a tombstone saying Sister Sadie. And then we peer to a Banner waking up and she meets Charlie. He meets Charlie. They do a little back and forth. She kind of rips on him for being a nerd. And skinny dude that turns into a Hulk and blah, blah, blah. They run into a zombie as they're walking and talking, who says he's going to see Sister Sadie and Brother Deep in the decrepit town that's called Red Creek, which is the decrepit town that was shown at the beginning of the book. They find a place to hunker down for the night, and Charlie continues to talk to Bruce about, the Avengers, and he sees that she has like a Cap backpack, and he's like, well, what's a Cap fan know about, wants to do with the Hulk? And she's like, well, you were an Avenger. It was like, aren't Avengers heroes? And you heroes have sidekicks and this, that, and the other. And Bruce is like, that's not the way Hulk works. And like they go back and forth a little bit. But they kind of get talked to by the sheriff, who is kind of leaning over and going, do you know who, like, are you two related? What's going on with you two? Like a cop should, like when you got an adult male and a teenage female, like are alone together. And he's like, oh no, it's my friend, my uncle, whatever you want to call him, and the officer is like, well, he's like, I'll give you a ride to the next town. It's like, it's not safe out here. And as he's driving him, you see the close up of him. He is another undead. So this is like a lot of undead stuff going on here. And he brings him to Red Creek, and he brings him to the town where they're having this basically spiritual gobbledygook going on here. A lot of
just say
God
spiritual gobbledygook.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
making sure.
Yeah. But it's certain things are coming to light in current realm as to the comic realm. But basically, the sheriff brought them to be sacrificed to bring about Brother Deep. And of course, Sister Sadie is I guess she's the spokes undead person for this. They end up stabbing Banner in the heart. And of course, that don't work because he turns into the Hulk and he's basically starting to smash zombies. And that's pretty much how the book ends, on a battle cliffhanger here. So we'll see how it goes. This is really good, but it's still building like the relationship and everything between Bruce and Hulk since the last series, which is seriously fractured.
Yeah.
But there you see a lot of that in there too. But I will give this a solid. I'm going to give this 2 dippy eggs with 2 sausage patties. There's enough here for the Hulk lovers out there. And there is storyline, but I feel like they could have did a little bit better. But again, I think they're setting up for the major stuff later on. It is only issue 2,
Okay.
so
I got you. Sounds good.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's better than Starship Hulk. Okay. So
I forgot to rate my hunt kill repeat. I'm just gonna give it a Western omelet because it's that good.
okay.
All right, spin the chamber. Oh, you
There we
again.
go. Me again. All right. Well, this was my third and final. X-Men the Hellfire Gala. All right. This starts off with a bang because this is the issue.
Hold on, wait. Do you say gala or gala?
Gala.
Okay. I don't know what's actually correct.
I think it just depends on your accent.
Okay. Because I've been to actual galas, and I've heard it both ways. So I'm just curious.
Yeah. It's like tomato.
So your preference is gala?
Gala. Yes. Because it sounds fancier.
Gala totally sounds fancier. Welcome to the gala. Well, I'm gonna look up the actual pronunciation
while I do this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is part of the Fall of X. This is actually the start of it. But it starts off with a bang because you see Miss Marvel come back. That death didn't last long, like what, 3 weeks, 2 weeks?
Right.
So she's back, finds out she's a mutant as well as an Inhuman. And it's a joyful occasion. And they're having this gala to celebrate having Miss Marvel
By the way,
into the community.
It is gala.
Gala, okay.
Yeah. I looked according to Wikipedia, it is gala.
It's gala. It's Wikipedia.
All right, continue
on. But as they celebrate and having this party, and you're seeing like pretty much everybody there. Scott is there to greet everybody. Jean is in that beautiful green gown there that you see on the cover there, which I did not grab this cover. I grabbed the X-Men 97 cover, which is pure nostalgic and also shows who the new players are for the upcoming show, which I'm looking forward to. But next thing you know, the gala is interrupted by pretty much every mutant enemy that we've been introduced in this series. Nimrod attacks, Mr. Sinister's in there. Well, one of them. It's like who can keep track at this point? Modox comes in. You have another Sentinel that looks strangely like Iron Man. It's like an Iron Man colored Sentinel.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Moira X. She comes up and she stabs Jean Grey. Nimrod melts Iceman to death. So they come in and they basically are surrounding Charles, and they're forcing him to push all the mutants out of Krakoa. And he has no choice but to do it because they're like, if you don't, we're going to start killing humans. So it's kind of, if you do, if you don't, you do, you don't. And there's some fighting because certain mutants are resistant to even Charles's powers. But he doesn't want anybody getting hurt like more than they've already had. The gates of Krakoa end up getting closed to all mutants now. I don't know how that happens exactly. It's not really explained very well. But you find out how this happened was as Jean is dying, Firestar is apparently the mutant that ended up betraying everybody. So awesome. So for those who are like Firestar fans, this is not a good look for Firestar. But
yeah.
but just as they're gonna kill Charles, Rogue shows up and grabs him and speeds out. So Charles is still in Krakoa. He's on a different island part of Krakoa. But he can't sense anybody. He can't sense anybody else besides him and Rogue. So meanwhile, all the other mutants like Emma and Kitty, Scott, they're all like, we can't get out. They're stuck in this basically a dimension where they can't get in or out. Next thing you know, Kitty Pryde actually gets sucked back into the
I'm just gonna scroll over some outfits while you talk about stuff.
Okay.
So
she gets sucked back in. She ends up being in the Paris gate of where Krakoa gets into connected to Paris. So I don't know what happens after that. It's solid. It's a good book. It's a good intro to the end of the fall of this part of the mutants here. So I liked it. There was a lot of good action. They were going to do like Astonishing X-Men. Like they were going to have like Dazzler, Juggernaut was going to be part of it because he's on his redemption arc. You know, they were going to have this really cool thing of, you know, but yeah, these gala covers are beautiful.
Some of them were awesome. This Hellcat was super awesome. And I really love this Emma Frost one. Like,
yeah, that looks like something like out of Cosmopolitan there.
Yep. But I'm curious as
like
to why
help
like
Moon Knight.
Yeah, but why was he even invited? He's not even a mutant.
No.
Like, I like that Ghost Rider got invited, even though he's not a mutant, and he looks awesome. And Captain Marvel looks great.
Yeah, they did invite some heroes because, oh no, it's the heroes and the mutants want the same thing. It's just not all mutants are heroes and not all heroes are mutants. So, you know, and again, this also ties into the Uncanny Avengers too, because Rogue's a part of that. But I like where this is going. I'm going to give this a solid scrambled eggs. Give me some pepper jack and provolone mixed together in there a little bit.
Fair enough.
I'm going to give this breakfast potatoes with this. And I'm going to give 3 things of bacon with this.
Ooh, crispy.
So, yeah, crispy bacon. Just because this was a lot of action, a lot went on. They should have did this a year ago. I feel like. I think this.
Well, they did one a year ago. That's the point. They're doing one every year.
Yeah.
So okay,
but it was good. I enjoyed it. So for those who've been complaining about when are they gonna like deal with this X-Men being unable being killed, well, I think this fixes that. So
all right. Spinning the roulette, even though I know it's me. Ribbon Queen, rock and roll. All right, so this is the new book by Garth Ennis out on AWA. This was kind of cool because it takes place in New York, and this detective is looking into where these cops broke in to save this girl. They ended up killing the guy that was going to kill her. And the one detective's like, all right, I gotta launch an internal affairs that would be kind of discreet. This cop's kind of a douche. And so she's talks to like the morgue guy because she's kind of friends with that guy. Goes home. The shitty cop is in her apartment. It is like, why are you looking into me? Blah 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 blah. So he's looking into her, even though she has a bit of a checkered past that you kind of see a little bit of. And so she's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go and talk to this other witness because this other witness died. And they talk about when the person was killed, like the person who was rescued died, and like she busts into this home because she hears people screaming, and it's actually the house of the people that are the dude that she needed to be, the girl that she needed to go see. She walks in the room, and the shitty cop, is being ripped apart, like literally by ribbons of skin are coming off of him, and he is just like literally falling apart onto the floor, and he is just like, please make her stop. And the person that she walked by was actually the one who killed her. And they call her something, and I just can't remember what the fuck it is. It's not. Oh, they call her Majesty. So the girl on the cover is Her Majesty. She's the one who has these powers to like rip people apart. This is like the creep. This is like not like crazy, bizarre Garth Ennis. This isn't like Cross, but it's definitely horror, which I really like about it. And it's solid.
He doesn't do a lot of horror-esque stuff though. So.
No, the closest he ever did was Crossed. And this was a good book. It felt it read well. It read fast, which was also good. The art was solid, and it's a 6-part mini. And I'm just really excited to see more. It reminds me of it almost reminds me of Backways, because like there was a girl there that could see the threads that connected people, but this is like different, where like she's literally shredding people into ribbon. Like all the ribbon you see on the front there, that's actual people skin. Yeah, it's kind of neat. So I dig it. I give this oh man, I'm gonna give this a 4 stack of pancakes, 2 bacon, and some strawberries on the top. So that's what I'm gonna give it, because it's very filling. So all right, the last spin. Bam, Per Evil. This book was, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this book, and I flipped through it, and I'm like, oh, there's like a band in here, so I want to find out about the band. So it starts out where this girl and her daughter have like killed some people, and you keep seeing flashbacks to this band, and you find out, or so then his landlord comes home and is like, hey, like, what's going on in there? Like, you're making a lot of noise. And she's like, hey, whatever, here's this month's rent, just take it and leave me alone. And he notices her tattoos, and he's like, man, those tattoos look a lot like the tattoos for the bass player that quote unquote died from this band when she was 16. And you then later kind of find out that that's kind of where it leads to, and that the singer and the bass player, her daughter with the green hair, is the singer and the bass players, or the singer and she's the bass player, their daughter, and he's hunting her down, and he's some kind of magical being because he can do astral projection. She, on the other hand, I think is cursed with some kind of cat demon thing. And like it's just all kinds of crazy, and I it's very hard to explain. But it's kind of
This looks like the same creative team that did Marked. Am I
no. Like like Mirka and Dolpho's done a lot of stuff like Mercy and Paprika and Unnatural. I think this might no, they're not the same people that did Unnatural. But it's like real creepy, but also cool. It's very magical. It's like evil magic stuff going on. I really like how it got like how it gets from the first page to the last, because it's like a lot of twists and turns and you have no idea what's actually going on for a while. And the fact that, you know, she's an ex-rocker makes me excited about this book. So so I'm gonna give this book 3 scrambled eggs, breakfast potatoes, 2 strips of bacon, and a big black coffee, because that's pretty much what you eat on the road. My 2 honorable mentions this week are Murder by Mail #1 from Source Point Press. Hold on, let me unshare the screen. Boom. This book is crazy weird because there's no art. It's like every page is like a dossier or like a map or a transcript of a phone call, and it reads like something that you would read out of like something like a murder mystery thing. It's freaking awesome. And my last one is She-Hulk 15 because it's the end of this run. But this same creative team, I don't know if Bartel's going to still do the covers, but the same creative team is going on to Sensational She-Hulk, which starts, I think, next month. This book was awesome. Like, this creative team does really well. I really think that they kind of nailed it. I also read Alice Never After. It was okay. Like, it didn't quite grab me like I hoped it would. So.
I was going to say my one honorable mention was this was the conclusion of Wolverine. It's number 30. Is it 35?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 35. This was the end of the whole him and Beast confrontation. And actually, I was going to talk about that, but with the fall of X and Hulk 2, I was like, I want to talk about the books that are, you know, kind of ongoing instead of the one that's ending. But it was really fun. It's a really cool way of ending it. Apparently Wolverine's kind of doing a solo thing, so don't count on him being on X-Men, current X-Men stuff, because the end of the book, he's like, I'm done with Krakoa. So
wow.
So we are going to get some solo Wolvie goodness here, hopefully, in the next Wolverine book. So for all those who are, I want his solo stuff again. Well, you're going to get more solo stuff without X-Men. So.
Right. All right. Well, that pretty much wraps up this week. If you guys are out in Cleveland area this weekend, stop and see Justin and I at Neo Comic Con on Sunday. Yep. We will be there. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to go prepare for tomorrow's Pantera concert because I'm probably going to be like destroyed after that. So if I still have any hearing left, I will talk to everybody on Sunday at Neo.
I will just be your interpreter.
Right.
How about that? And my kids are going to come and see me. So
cool.
Because they live in the Cleveland area. So this is they are hop, skip, and jump away. So
awesome. They can watch the booth while you go poop or something.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway. All right, thanks guys. We'll catch you next week.